And I just wanted to show you all very quickly. This is something that we do at our campus. We take all our teaks and we make a map. We map them out. We make a map of the year for each subject, and we say, the first 9 weeks for math, we're going to teach these teaks, and this is why, because it takes longer time, because of this. If you're in a C-scope district, C-scope gives you a guideline of when you should teach what. Remember what I said, we're very interesting, so we've had our own for years. So we decide, we look at our year, these are the teaks we're teaching. First 9 weeks, second 9 weeks, third 9 weeks, fourth 9 weeks. We do it for all the subjects. Then when we plan as teachers, we have what's called a Teaks Academy. We come together, and then we bring all our teaks for the first 9 weeks, and we say, these are all our teaks that we're teaching. All of them. And we plug them in 2 weeks. We decide when are we going to teach it, for how long, and this is our roadmap. This is what it looks like. Here, they're going to see, this is our week 1, this is our first 9 weeks. This is 5th grade. And we start with the end in mind. We meet for a whole day, and we plan before the new 9 weeks start. We do our assessments, we plan our week at a glance, we plan our assessments, we plan our home projects, our big projects, we plan that. We have the end in mind. So when we start a new 9 weeks, bam, I already know the level of teaching that needs to happen, okay? So first 9 weeks, you have this is my language arts, this is it, and we have our genre, we have our process skills for reading, which are called Figure 19, and we have our vocabulary teaks. And you're gonna see some percentages, that's data. This is what we scored on STAAR last year, or whatever data we have for that teak. This is what we did last year, this is how we performed. If we have real low teaks, guess what? Our lesson plans, our delivery has to what? Change, it didn't work. So then we have math, place value, and then process skills, because process skills have to happen everywhere. And then we have our science, we have our social studies, our health, even down to our technology. And it's a process that we've perfected over the years. Buses have come down to see our teachers go through this process. And we're making decisions. And the reason we do this is because even if you're departmentalized, you have to have the big picture. If I'm teaching science, and if it's an expository piece, can I bring in a reading teak? Can I have the kids look for facts and opinions in something to do with science? Yeah. Can I have them read a website? Can I have them read a poem about adaptation to start my lesson if I'm in science? Yes. In math, can I do a read out loud about math? Yeah, I can bring in my reading. Can I bring in my writing? Can I have them write in science a persuasive piece on why it's so important to recycle? Yeah. And I'm double dipping, I'm integrating. One of the things you won't see this one, and this is what we moved into, is that when we meet, we look at our resources. What resources do we have that are addressing that teak? And we list them, we put them there, and that way as we're planning, we've already looked at you know what, this resource, this magazine, we use Treasures. Treasures has a really good Times magazine, has an article on the sun, so when we're teaching in the sun, has a poem about the sun, we're gonna bring it in. That'll be the poem of the week, and we're doing a little bit of science, we're building background, okay? It's a lengthy process. When you get to this, I want you to notice how everything's very specific. This is very fluid. By no means does it mean that you have to be, if it says week 2, you have to be at week 2, and if you're not there, you're gonna get in trouble. No, but what we do know, when you get to week 9, you have to make sure you've taught all of them. having to spiral them back, practice, practice, practice. Not reteach them, because I already taught them, but just bring them back in practice, okay? I want you to see at the very top. Yours has it, mine doesn't. Yours has it. I have an essential question. What I've tried to do is, I've looked at themes that are happening, anything that I can make a connection with, and I have a question, a higher order thinking question that will help me make a connection between all of it. Sometimes it'll happen, and sometimes it won't. Okay? My essential question, how can the decisions we make affect our future? So in social studies, it's all about making decisions. The founding fathers, the decisions that they made. The scientific process in science, it's all about this first section about making decisions, drawing conclusions, looking at your variables. In math, math is always the tricky way. And in reading, our literature, fables and legends, there's our genre focus, poetry. Our genre, our fables and our legends are going to focus on the characters making decisions. We try to make a connection. On yours, you're also going to see at the top a take-home project and a technology project. Those are two projects that we've, as a grade level, decided. All our kids will be required to do this. All of them. As a teacher, you can do more, but as a minimum, this is the agreement that we all have. This is what we've all agreed we're going to have our kids do. You can always have more, but never less. Does that make sense? Do you have any questions? So my job, when we meet, we have this blank, it's blank, and we go through our teams. When do you want to teach this? How long? My job is, okay, remember, let's bring in, could we do this? Can we bring in this? Have you looked at this resource? That's my job, helping that thinking. Okay, but as teachers, you decide when you're going to teach what. Yes? Okay, all right. Go to the next one, Mr. Escaso. Okay, I'm going to go back. The goal for our state is to create thinkers for the 21st century that are going to be able to adapt to challenges, work collaboratively, solve problems on their own. Levels 3 and 4 require students to solve challenging problems in groups without the constant supervision of teachers. This is the real world application, okay? In a nutshell, where do you think we're having problems with? Is it one, first bullet, second bullet, third bullet, or fourth bullet? Where do you think we're having problems?
Solving problems on their own.
The third and the fourth. Why? Is it their fault?
No.
Whose fault is it?
The teacher not knowing the teacher.
Our fault. Because it's our job to teach them this. That's our job. Our job. And we haven't figured out quite yet how to best do this. Like I said earlier, if you can do this, you're going to have buses observing you, wanting to find out what you are doing. And within our school, we have teachers who do this very well. Very well. And so we're trying to tap in, we're observing and watching them. What is it that they're doing that the rest of us can replicate?